Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and it's been a minute since I've done a plant nursery tour, a local plant nursery tour in Dallas. So this one is actually Callaway's off of 121 and Custer. This one is technically near McKinney. I love Callaway's just because Callaway's is all over DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, several locations, and they have some amazing plants. So we're gonna walk in to see what kind of plants we could see today. I know they just recently had a restock a couple of weeks ago, but I do love going to these plant nursery tours to show you guys what kind of plants we can find that we find in big box stores, if the prices are comparable. And I love going in on a Saturday morning just because there's not many people here. So it's easy for me to film and actually focus on the plants versus having to dodge a lot of people. That's the thing about doing plant blogs and plant shopping videos. I definitely want to be respectful to those shopping. You don't want some random person filming you. So this is why it's a great time to do some plant shopping slash video blogging this morning. So today we're going to be looking at a couple of plants, and as you can see, we've got some large plants here like this dracaena lemon lime, very beautiful looking plant. And then we have some type of palm here and another palm, or I would think it's a dracaena. We have a couple of hanging baskets here, so these are for $24.99. I checked the price earlier, and this is an Epipremnum aureum neon pothos. This one's actually nice. It's also trailing. I ended up getting a very lush, perfect condition Epipremnum aureum neon pothos by Costa Farms at a Walmart in Louisville, Texas. This one is another hanging basket that we have over here. This is an Epipremnum aureum marble queen pothos. This one isn't nearly as variegated, but nonetheless, it's a pothos and it's easy. I will say with marble queen pothos, they do revert back to green, so you definitely need to give them quite a bit of bright indirect light. Like this one right here has got some nice variegation. It's definitely more on the white variegation versus the cream. And then we have another gorgeous neon pothos right over here. So right off the bat at this Callaway's, we're greeted with a variety of pothos. I love hanging baskets. I've been able to at least successfully hang 4 so far on these command strips I got off of Amazon that can hold up to 33 pounds. I know a couple of my viewers and even the ones that are following me on Instagram at GrowFolds actually mentioned that they're afraid it's gonna fall. It hasn't yet, so we'll see. And then we have some more larger plants right over here. Now, the thing about Callaway's is it has existed for quite a while, and they have indoor plants, and this is what I've been featuring, but they also have outdoor plants, landscaping plants. I originally started buying like Japanese maples from Callaway's because they have a really good like plant insurance. You can return plants for more than a year as long as you hold on to the receipt, so that's amazing. This one is some North Folk Pine right here. These are large ones for $34.99. That is not bad at all. And then we're going to walk over here to this little seed display, and you can see these are some Monstera Thai constellations. Now at any Callaway's location, these are in 6-inch potted up plant Thai constellations, and these are for $84.99. So that's amazing that now Thai constellations are easily accessible even at nurseries. The price is still somewhat holding up, but a price, you know, that 6-inch potted one would have been more than $200 a couple years back. And then we can see that there are some beautiful bromeliads right over here. You know, you would think that big box stores are the only ones to carry bromeliads, but these ones are gorgeous. And what I like about this one is Callaway's has these beautiful looking ones with the, like, they almost look like snake plants or sansevieria, spray painted with like pink, because look at how beautiful this is. And this one is for $16.99. A 6-inch potted planter or potted bromeliad. I really like this one. I might even add a bromeliad like that someday. It would have to be one that you would have to view from the top. But look at these beautiful bromeliads right over here. I love all the pink. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about these bromeliads. Like this one right over here has such a beautiful pink color. Love it so much. And if I hadn't added like so many plants in the last 2 weeks, I would pick this one up just because of the colors. But we might revisit that at some point. You know, bromeliads, I've been sleeping on them, but I might actually end up picking up one. Like this one right here is really gorgeous as well. Look at these bright bromeliads. Like I think, you know, it comes down to the plant styling or where you set your bromeliad and the light hitting it, because this morning light is giving it all sorts of queenly vibes for sure. This is definitely going to be a showstopper. I was definitely drawn into it. And then we have some other plant here. Not 100% sure what the plant ID is. And then now we're going to be looking at some Ficus elastica. This one is the burgundy version tree form. So this one is for $29.99. I'm noticing that there are a lot more tree form type Ficus elastica. So what they basically do is they'll take a plant like this and then chop it off at the very top, and it'll force it to branch out. This one's a nice Ficus elastica taniki for $16.99. And then we have some beautiful Ficus elastica ruby here. Look at that pink and you know, peach variegation that we have. The lining of Ficus elastica is absolutely gorgeous. And these are the types of leaves that you definitely want to put some leaf shine on. Very, very gorgeous plants. Do you guys grow Ficus elastica plant folies? Let me know what your favorite Ficus elastica is in the comments or in even the chats. And then this is the used to be elusive Ficus elastica shiveriana or moonlight. This one is still somewhat pricey, but I'll tell you, like 3 to 4 years ago, a one leaf, one node cutting was selling for over $300. It's interesting now that this has made it over to the US market, so it's definitely more accessible. I'm sure that there have been tissue cultured, so these plants right here, you can see them in big box stores, plant nurseries like this, grocery stores. This one is a nice Ficus elastica yellow gem for $29.99. Look at the roots right over here, very cool. It's actually also known as the altissima. This one has some really good variegation. The more light, bright light you give it, the better variegation you'll get. I like that a lot. That one I actually have to add into my collection at some point. I have a Ficus ruby, and then I have a Ficus taniki, but not, and a Ficus Audrey, but not a Ficus altissima. But you can see right here is where they hacked it and chopped it off to force the Ficus elastica to, you know, branch out and grow some more leaves. This one is a Ficus benjamina by Proven Winners. This one is called Cling On Anastasia. This one is for $29.99. So it's quite pricey. If you find this one at a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, you'll actually most likely at Home Depot, you'll get it for a cheaper price. It'll be like in the 20 range. These are some more Ficus elastica ruby right over here. 6-inch potted up ones for $16.99. That's not bad at all. And then this Ficus elastica taniki is great as well. I like Ficus elastica plants, but I do believe Trader Joe's has the best ones. You can get one for 8-inch potted up planters for $12.99. So definitely check that out. And I do like all of these minimalistic planters. Callaway's has a variety of catch planters for your plants. So you've got different colors right over here. I do prefer the matte versions versus the glaze, shiny glaze. So, but yeah, there are planters that you can pick once you pick your plant at this nursery. Now we're looking at some more palm right over here. I definitely am not interested in growing palm, but nonetheless, this is for $16.99. And then we have some smaller varieties right over here for $6.99. So not bad at all if you want to grow some palms. Sometimes I feel like you get a better price versus, you know, going to a big box store and buying like exotic angels. This one is a Spathiphyllum domino right over here for $16.99. That's not bad at all. It's actually a big plant. I like the texture of this Spathiphyllum, although I would say the most beautiful type of peace lily Spathiphyllum variegated plant is the Spathiphyllum Picasso. That variegation is very sectoral, very much prominent. It's not splotchy like this one, but this is still a beautiful peace lily, and like all peace lilies, they're very dramatic, so you definitely have to stay on top of the watering, otherwise they just flop over and look like they're dead. That's another Monstera adansonii right over here. We've been seeing a lot from Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. I do like the wide form versions that Trending Tropicals is you know, has released in the big box stores. But then we also have this Monstera right here. This is being called the Monstera Siam, and this large one is only for $16.99. I love the large leaves of this one. I don't know the actual scientific Latin name. I definitely know that it's not just the Siam. And then we have this interesting different type of ficus right over here by Proven Winners. This one is called Ficus elastica, or no, it's actually Ficus something else, Roy. Nice looking leaves, very much very prominent veining on the leaves. I do like that a lot. And I just like going to Callaway's, just looking at plants. You know, do you ever catch yourself just looking at plants at plant nurseries and not really intending to buy, then you end up buying? But this one right here is Araphis palm. Love these. If you watch my video of Plant Keeper Incorporated, which is a amazing plant nursery in the heart of downtown Dallas, definitely look at that, because those Araphis palms can get up to 20 feet tall. They're so gorgeous. And speaking of tall plants, that's another thing I like about this Callaway's. They have large plants right here, and this one right here is actually a Schefflera I like. I would love to be able to find this type of Schefflera in a variegated form. This is an Amate Schefflera right here. Definitely look at the leaves. I love that. I mean, the green is great, but wouldn't you love to see one that's like variegated? That would just be amazing. And this one is for $39.99. That's not bad at all for a very large plant already. And this one is for $99.99, so almost $100. But look at how big this Schefflera is right over here. It's pretty much a tree. I would say it's about 15 feet tall. Definitely would need to have a large space for it, but I am going to go zoom in and show you the new growth so you can tell that this is a healthy looking Schefflera plant. Yes, this is definitely amazing. And you know what? If you buy this at Callaway's and it ends up dying on you, as long as you hold on to your receipt and you keep the dead plant and bring it back to them, they will do a refund for you. So that's the one thing I love about Callaway's is there's not as big of a risk about buying a plant and then wasting your money, because they do have a good return policy. And then we have some awesome creeping fig right over here. This is for $6.99. I do like the variegation. Very nice looking one in a 3.5 inch starter pot. And then we have some ZZ plants right over here for the same price. It is also for $6.99. I like it, but I feel like I could get a better deal at Walmart or a big box store. So that's the thing about going to nurseries. Sometimes you get better deals, but big box stores, you usually get a very cost-effective price. This one is another Aglaonema that I don't know specifically what the Aglaonema name is, but this is for $12.99 for a 4-inch potted up Aglaonema. Aglaonema right now, I would go off the record and say is my favorite type of plant aside from Syngoniums and Epipremnum aureums, because they are easy care, and especially with the Aglaonema, they come in so many varieties. Now we are very limited with Aglaonema, so I feel like it's such an underrated plant in the United States. But if you're watching my channel, definitely look up Aglaonema hybrids from Indonesia and Thailand. You will change your mind on Aglaonema. And look at this one. This one is so happy. Look at the extensive root system. It's so root bound that you would need to go repot that. But definitely look at the Indonesian Aglaonemas. That's a plant that is readily hybridized and absolutely gorgeous. I am planning on doing another Aglaonema import from Indonesia from one of the Etsy sellers I love, which is Baroka Plants. Definitely check out Baroka Plants. Very good seller. They will get you some healthy plants for a great price. But I actually came to this Callaway's with the intent of looking at some Hedera Helix. So these are varieties of different types of Hedera Helix or English Ivy. It's in a 4-inch pot for $6.99. And I definitely mentioned in some of my past videos about doing a Hedera Helix challenge. I definitely am going to pick one up today. I have decided that I will start my Hedera Helix challenge journey. And I am going to pick up one for $6.99. I'm actually going to look at this one. This one is the baby gold coins Hedera Helix. I love the variegation of this one specifically just because it has an Aurea yellow neon color. And this one's already starting to trail, so I might pick up this Hedera Helix. We will see. But the thing about Hedera Helix or English Ivy, you ask any plant keeper, anybody who grows house plants. This one's actually nice too. I like the cream variegation, but I'm going to go with the yellow one. How many people have been able to successfully grow an English Ivy indoors? A lot of people have mentioned that it's kind of a shame that big box stores, especially in nurseries, will market a Hedera Helix or an English Ivy as an indoor plant when most likely they do way better indoors. It's kind of like a cordyline tea plant. Some forms of elephant ear alocasia, they just grow better outdoors. And this one for sure grows better outdoors in like some bright indirect sun or a shade. But I am kind of torn between which Hedera Helix baby gold coins I'm going to pick up. Is it this one? Will it be this one? And then I saw another one that wasn't trailing nearly as much, but there was more, it was like a lot more full. So here's the thing about Hedera Helix. You can look at this one right now, right? These plants are gorgeous. They don't have any pests. You bring it home, it'll maintain for about a week. By week 2, it starts to really thin out because it'll be invaded by spider mites. I don't know what it is about Hedera Helix and spider mites, but I would say this is definitely the #1 spider mite prone plant that exists today, aside from like maybe alocasia. But Hedera Helix are very notorious for it. So the risk about bringing an English Ivy into your plant collection is you're inviting spider mites. Once spider mites invade the Hedera Helix, any of the other plants that are around it are more susceptible for it. So we're going to see if I can grow a Hedera Helix. The place I'm going to put the Hedera Helix will be right next to my kitchen sink, so there will be running water often and a little bit more higher humidity. But you know what? This one is going to basically trump all of the other Hedera Helix I just looked at, or English Ivy, because of the variegation. Look at this. Look at that yellow variegation right over here. I know that the other ones might have a faster growth pattern, but look at that. That one is also full and has already some trailing, but I do like that that has a little bit higher variegation. We'll see if I'll be able to grow them. But there are other Hedera Helix. I remember growing up, people mentioned that, you know, ivy are grown indoors. And I actually thought like ivy was an easy care plant. I thought it was kind of like a pothos, or what you would call an epipremarium. But needless to say, in my adult years trying to grow Hedera Helix, it did not work out for me. It's really interesting because you can see a lot of like English Ivy being sold at big box stores, grocery stores, especially grocery stores where they have like that foil wrapping, and you can find it in the floral area. I am just so curious though, who has Hedera Helix or like English Ivy collections, and if you've been able to grow them. I mean, you could literally buy a big hanging basket of baby gold coins at Callaway's, and then the top, you know, like a week or two, maybe a month later, the top part is bare because of spider mites. Does anybody know of any other like pesticide type granules or what you can spray to prevent spider mites? Because I'm definitely in the look for that. You know, spider mites or plant pests are the death of anybody who has an indoor plant collection, just because if you don't stay on top of it, they will destroy a collection, especially thrifts. But anyways, you know, to come off of just me ranting, and I know that my viewers, you plantifoldies, are amazing listening to me just rant about plants. This one though, however, is a Ficus lyrata tree form for $89.99 or $69.99, and then these ones are we've got some more Ficus benjamina right over here. But look at how beautiful these tropical plants are. All of these plants that I'm showing you are definitely plants that definitely need a lot of light. This one is for $49.99. That's not bad at all for a Ficus benjamina that's braided and twisted. These plants, especially the Ficus benjamina, you can see in a lot of like doctor's offices or corporate settings. Same thing with the Ficus lyrata. I would say about 4 years ago, Ficus lyrata was like the plant stylist Home Digest. Yeah, this one right here is $169.99 for this large one. This one's about, I'd say about 12, 15 feet tall. But I'd say that these Ficus lyrata were, you know, very stylish plants that you would see in like really beautiful homes. Like I could see this as just like having one Ficus lyrata in like a living room with high level ceilings and bright lights and like bright windows. Look at how beautiful this is. In the morning, light is just giving that Ficus lyrata even more beauty. And then we have some more palms right over here. This one is called a palm bamboo. And this one is for $59.99. I would say with bamboo, they do need quite a bit of bright light as well. But this is an interesting palm one because it does look like bamboo. If you weren't looking at it closely, you would, possibly mistaking it as bamboo. But obviously the foliage is a little bit longer than bamboo. And then we are seeing very common, or I wouldn't say common, very easy to find plants that you would find at big box stores. But this one, for instance, is a Dracaena Janet Craig, but look at how large it is. And this one is for $39.99. It's in a 10-inch starter planter. And you can see that the Dracaena Janet Craig that you will often see as an exotic angel by Costa Farms, that's usually sold for $5.98, can get as big as that and even bigger. So like, I think that's awesome. And these are very easy to care for plants. Here we have some Dracaena lemon lime. Look at how electrifying and neon the color is. You can take this type of plant and put it in a darker corner or darker space, and it will still grow and won't decline in health because it can tolerate lower light conditions. Obviously, if you give it bright indirect light, that is when they're going to thrive the best. But these are plants that get, large like this that you would see at a big box store like Lowe's, Home Depot. But I do love the Janet Craig Dracaena. Very compact indeed. It's a beautiful green color. It's perfect for like darker spaces in a home. And then I just wanted to pan over here. So the thing I like about Callaways is they have very quirky planters as well. So this one right here has a cat. Like, look at that. That's really cool. This cat, it looks very surprised, but nonetheless, it's a cute little cat. And then we have a rooster right over here. We've got some cool planters. I definitely enjoy the ceramics that they have here, and it's a nice little display. I mean, look at that right here. We have a huge spathiphyllum, just a regular one. And look at the leaves, just the leaves texture and the largeness of the leaves. It just gives it such a beautiful, massive focal point for a space. And then here we have another Dracaena marginata. This one I'm not as impressed on, and I like the ones with like the cream pink variegations. And then we can look over here. This is another Dracaena Massingiana. So I have learned something. So the ones that are cane formed like this are Dracaena Massingiana. So we've seen this a lot at big box stores, but these ones are far more developed and larger Dracaena cane plants. And then we have some more Dracaena right over here. These are larger as well. Just imagine that exotic angels Costa Farms plant that you buy, that's the Dracaena, for $5.98, and give it a little time and it will grow as large as this one. So, we talk about whether you buy smaller plants for like $5.98 or do you buy plants like this Monstera deliciosa that is already established. Let's see how much it costs right here, for $49.99, and you get that instant gratification. It really depends, and you can see there's a smaller Monstera deliciosa growing underneath the large leaves. But I guess it depends on what you want. Like if you have a space that you're decorating and you just need a large plant, I definitely would say you need to go ahead and just buy one of these larger plants. And especially these plants that I have shown, except the Monstera deliciosa, like snake plants, they take a while, or Sansevieria, to grow. Same thing with Dracaena. They're a little bit lower, slower growers. So it might just be better to grow, buy the ones that are in large form like this. You typically will not find nearly as large form at a big box, or you would need to go to a plant nursery like Callaway's. I'm so thankful I have 4 within like a 15-minute radius of my home. So I love that. And then we have some palm right over here. We have some air plants right over here. I haven't really talked a lot about air plants. I haven't gone into them, but nonetheless, they have some at Callaway's. And then we have some palm right over here. This is really cool. I like these Hoyas. So for all the Hoya lovers right over here, this is a Hoya Quintiana. If you really sun stress it, the edges of the leaves will look like somebody took a lighter and burned it. It would get very, very dark. And then this is what I was showing you, right? So this is another Janet Craig Compacta Dracaena. Those are the smaller forms. And then we have some Peperomia hanging baskets right over here. These Epipremnum aureum are a little bit dehydrated, but look at how beautiful this spathiphyllum is right here. I love the texture, and that is a beautiful green color. Then we have some more Ficus elastica right here. There's several of them actually, and this is the burgundy form. So if you want more of a bushy type rather than like a tree form type, Callaway's has it. And then Callaway's also carries massive plants of spathiphyllum or peace lily. So I like that a lot. And then we obviously are going to some of my favorites, which is an Aglaonema. This one is for $34.99. It's a little bit pricey for this size plant, but it is in an 8-inch planter. So I definitely agree that you could probably find one a little bit less expensive at a big box store. And this one is also a Siam Aurora or a red Siam. This one you will see at any big box store. The other one, that Aglaonema, doesn't have a plant ID, so I'm not 100% sure what it is. But these ones right over here, yeah, you walk into a Lowe's, a Home Depot, a Walmart, even like a grocery store, you will find this Aglaonema red Siam or Aglaonema Aurora, whichever one you want to call it. It is the same plant, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful Aglaonema. I love the pink stems. And then we have some bird of paradise right over here. These are the smaller ones, and these are $16.99. And this is the blooms. If it ever gets to bloom, you would really need to be like outdoors in Florida growing this. Is supposed to be white, or that's the white bird of paradise. So that's pretty cool. I remember Walmart selling bird of paradise for that size for like $5. And I thought, I got excited and bought one. And I ended up killing it just because I didn't end up giving it like the best lighting conditions. But anyways, here are some more cute accessories. So if you're into these little cute accessories, these are little plastic hang-ons for planters. You've got a variety of different types of animals right here. I think the pig is really cute. So I just wanted to show you that. And then we have some Monstera Thai constellations. So these Monstera Thai constellations are heavily sought after still, and you can find them now at big box stores. Actually, not big box stores. Plant nurseries like Callaway's, and they come in different varieties of variegation. Some of them are better variegated than others. These are all for $84.99. They are in 6-inch pots. Not a bad one too. So if you want a Monstera Thai, actually it's $89.99. Monstera Thai constellations, you can definitely go to not Home Depot, Callaway. Sorry guys, Callaway's. And the thing is, you have insurance. So like if you kill this plant, you can return it and, you know, try again. But I do love some of these right here. Look at this one, has better sectoral variegation. I already have a Monstera deliciosa that I've been growing for a good 3 years, almost 4 years. And it's definitely matured, but look at how beautiful that one is. I almost want to pick up one just because I want to get like a juvenile form like this. But we'll see. I also have some that I am water propagating. The thing about Monstera Thai constellation is they are very much root rot prone, especially at this early stage. You definitely want to get them to grow some aerial roots so they can rely more so on getting the moisture and feeding itself versus having to water them, because for some reason they are very susceptible to root rot. I found that the hard way, because I ended up like overwatering one that was very established and large, and it ended up just declining in health. So that was really sad. But nonetheless, we have some Philodendron Birkins. These ones are for $19.99. Now, I would definitely think that this isn't the best value for that, because you can buy like a self-watering planter of Philodendron Birkin at Walmart. But this one is a really cool hanging basket of rickrack cactus right there. We have some zebra plants right over here. I haven't really gotten into zebra plants, but nonetheless, they are beautiful. I do like the texture and patterns of the leaves, but it's not a plant that I'm running home to or wanting to take home. And then we have some polka dot plants right over here. Some of them actually are a little bit crispy, so I'm not going to feature that. And then we have some just regular Monstera deliciosa. This one is for $34.99, and it's not a bad looking one as well. I would say definitely buy a Monstera deliciosa at Callaway's versus a big box store. I feel like the Monstera deliciosa at Callaway's are definitely far more healthy than what you would get at a big box store. You know, I could be wrong, but the ones I've been looking at, especially at Lowe's, the new leaves are unfurling with damage. So I don't know if there's like some type of pest going on. So yeah, Monstera deliciosa, let me know if you guys love it, grow it. I definitely think it is a classic plant that most people grow in their home. So we'll see. And then we're going to be looking at some Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil hanging baskets right over here. This one is already trailing and the variegation is nice. I would say these hanging baskets could actually rival the ones that Costa Farms sends out for exotic angels. I might actually get a hanging basket. I really probably shouldn't, just because then I will go overboard and have so many hanging baskets in my excuse me, home. But let's see how much this one costs. Let's see. This one is $24.99, so that's not bad. Now, Costa Farms hanging baskets at big box stores are $19.98. So, I mean, you're still getting fairly a good cost for this one. I do like these Philodendron Brazil. I would definitely get one. I'm actually curious to see if I could find like a Philodendron Hederaceum Rio. I've seen it before where they've had them at big box stores from Costa Farms. And then we have some Epipremnum or Pothos Ivy. This is the jade version. These are all for $24.99. And then obviously we are going to look at this Syngonium right here for $29.99. This one's for $30. Now, I feel like these full plants are a little bit more pricey for Syngonium, because you can find one for like $6.99 at Callaway's. These are super root bound, by the way, and you can grow them to that size in no time, because Syngoniums are fast growers. Like this one right here is starting to trail, so you can actually put a Syngonium as full as this one, and actually this one's a nice one, and let it trail down and make it like a hanging basket type plant. So I think that's really cool. Or you can grow it up a moss pole or a pole, and then the leaves will upsize and get really large. So here is another Spathiphyllum peace lily. This one actually I really like. This one is Syngonium. I would say Go Glow or white butterfly, but I feel like this is Go Glow, and that is also for $29.99. We are now looking at some alocasia in 4-inch pots, $14.99 for this alocasia black velvet. I think you can get larger size though. And then look at these. These are alocasia silver dragon in 4-inch pots for $14.99. Now, trending tropicals have more mature ones, so I would suggest going to a big box store for that type of alocasia. This is alocasia tiny dancer, very small leaves. Those are for $14.99. And then we have some Calathea mosaicas right over here. I thought this plant was pretty cool back like 2 to 3 years ago, but I'm not as in love with it anymore. And then we have some more Calathea right over here. I'm not 100% sure what this type of Calathea is, but look at how beautiful the purple undersides are. And then, yeah, so I didn't intend to buy a Calathea White Star, but this one's probably going to go home with me, because look at the price, $16.99. And this is what I'm talking about. You need to, sometimes you have to assess what plants you get, but this one is already in a large plant, and look at how beautiful the pink white is. It's so bright. I definitely am going to get me a Calathea. I'm probably going to put it right next to my Stromanthe Triostar. They have some really beautiful like underside leaf color, so I might put it on top of my fridge, but we'll see. But we're just going to walk by all of these different types of fern. I don't grow fern in my house collection just because I feel like fern definitely need higher levels of humidity. And then you can see that Ficus lyrata we passed by right over here. We have some more fern. I'm going to walk over here, and you can see that there is a really cool anthurium right here. I think this is the only one. Now, a big box store like Walmart and Home Depot have anthuriums. I feel like anthuriums are better suited and cost effective if you buy them at a big box store. And then we have some Hoyas. Now, this is a really cool Sansevieria, and this is a Sansevieria I would take over the other ones. This one is a Sansevieria fernwood. What I like about it is you don't run into it like root rotting or dry rotting. So that's another one I would get. And then this is a really cool air plant that's in bloom for $99. A hanging basket air plant right over here. I love that gray color. And then we have a more uncommon or rare Dieffenbachia. You don't ever really see this. This is a 6-inch pot. This is the Dieffenbachia reflector. I have yet to see that at a big box store. And then we have this beautiful plant right here. This is a silver aldenium. It was one of those plants that a lot of people didn't really know about. I'm glad to see that it's out in plant nurseries now, but I feel like it's in another underrated plant. I do love the silvery leaves of it. I have a couple of them that I'm propagating in water that I need to go pot up in some soil, but I do like these Sansevieria fernwood. Sansevieria, they can take lower light conditions, so they do well in like spaces in your home that don't get a lot of light. But we can look at these Platycarium, or however you pronounce it. These are some Staghorn ferns, and look at how massive this one is. Look at how beautiful this Staghorn fern is, and it's only for $34.99. So I know Costa Farms has put out some Staghorn ferns for like $19.98, but if you really want a large Staghorn fern that you might even want to mount on a wall, that is pretty awesome right there. I might do my research. I definitely need to see what the plant care is, because I think that, you know, Staghorn ferns, when mounted on like a wooden panel, look very stylish. I might actually ask my brother-in-law Clinton to make me one that has like a monstera leaf. So I don't know. Here are some desert rose right over here, some ZZ plants, and then we have some more Epipremnum aria marble queen pothos. These are all hanging baskets for $24.99. Not bad looking at all. I would probably prefer to get one from Costa Farms, so although these are actually nice ones too, so who knows, but I definitely would add some more pothos hanging baskets because they're very easy. And then we have these ones right here for, let's see, $16.99 in a 6-inch one. These are super full and lush, healthy as well. Look at how beautiful this marble queen is. The variegation is amazing. And then we have some pearls and jade pothos right here. We have some Aglaonema, guys, and we have some more Sansevieria. These ones are the bird's nest. They're cute to look at, but you would be surprised how many I've killed. This one's for $3.99. That's not bad at all, just because you have to really get the watering right. Like, you can't not water it, but then you also have to water it for it to grow. I've always loved this Philodendron lemon lime right here, especially just the color. And then we have a Philodendron jungle boogie. That's the non-variegated version of a ring of fire, or the Philodendron golden crocodile. We have some Philodendron summer glory here. I actually like the foliage of this Philodendron, but I wouldn't want to spend that type of money right now for it. And then we have some Philodendron white princesses. Those were actually like $169 on a totem pole. It's a little pricey for me. And then we have some larger Aglaonema. We have them in 6-inch planters for $16.99. I like that one right here. I've been eyeing this particular Aglaonema for quite a while. We have some Aglaonema Lady Madonnas right over here. What else do we got going over here? We've got some Philodendron varicosums right over here. This one's for $29.99. I remember when varicosums were way more expensive. This is one that I haven't really gotten into as well as far as Philodendron, but look at how beautiful the leaves look as they unfurl, you know, the new growth unfurls. And we just have some typical cordatum right over there. And let's see what else we've got. So I'm just going to pan out around here. We're going to pass by some orchids. I'm surprised though, like Callaway's doesn't have nearly as big of a diverse orchid collection as, say, like Lowe's. And then we have another Philodendron Hedera Brazil. Those are really nice looking. And then we have some Philodendron Ring of Fire in 4-inch, $29.99. Yup, you're gonna have to go ahead and just get the ones by Growers Bench at Walmart, $24.49, and you get a much larger Philodendron Ring of Fire. Here we're looking at some Cebu Blue Pothos, or Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue on a pole. That looks so awesome. I love how the leaves get larger as they grow up a pole. And then we have some Phalaenopsis orchids right over here. For all you orchid lovers, there you go. And then we have some African violets. I'm gonna have to do my research on African violets. They do remind me of my grandmother because she grew so many of them growing up. If I'm going to get an African violet, I'm probably going to get one of these variegated ones right over here. These are all for $9.99, not bad. And I might actually get it from Callaway just because there is insurance for me in case I kill the African violet. So we'll see. But I want to look at some of these Aglaonema. You know I can't have a plant shopping tour without featuring them. I would say Callaway's has the best value for these types of Aglaonema. Like in a 6-inch one, look at how large these are. Like I probably need to take this home. $16.99, not bad at all. And look at how lush and full it is. That one is absolutely gorgeous. I ended up getting the Silverado, which is the one right over on your left. But look at this. It's very subtle. It looks like an Aglaonema Silver Bay, but it's actually an Aglaonema stripes. This one is for a little bit more pricey. I think it's $29.99 or like $34.99. But look at how beautiful the striping on the leaves are. I would definitely want to get one of these, but I'm going to hold off for now. I need to see where my space is or where I can put it. I mean, the thing about Aglaonema is they do well in bright indirect light, but can tolerate lower light conditions. I'm just going to pan over here and show you some more Marble Queen Pothos. But as you can see, Callaway's nursery is definitely an amazing chain of nurseries in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. They have several locations, and for the most part, they have pretty much similar plants, although some locations have more space, some of them are larger. So it really depends. I'm just glad that I'm able to go to this one. This one is actually a really good location. The newly opened one in Prosper is also great as well. I love that one. But, you know, I would just say support your plant nurseries as well, especially the smaller local ones. But big box stores are a nice place to get certain plants. As you can see, you can find plants for better pricing at plant nurseries or big box stores. So like plants I would suggest getting at a big box store would be like dracaenas, spathiphyllum, peace lilies, fiddle figs. You can get snake plants or sansevieria, different types of palms. Those are the types of plants you want to look at. Even philodendron Birkins, for instance. Like, I'm not going to pay $19 for a philodendron Birkin here when I can get one at Walmart for $14.97 that has higher variegation and larger. But then again, you can also go to a plant nursery like this and find larger, more established plants. So if you need instant gratification or a large plant that's established, definitely go to Callaway's. They are great. But I am going to go ahead and pick up the Hedera Helix. I'm going to put for my Hedera Helix challenge. I will show you the preventative pest control that I'm going to do, and then I will document every day what I do with my Hedera Helix. Just give it comments. I will do that for an entire month, and then I will upload it. So definitely look out for that. Let me know what you think. I was a little bit torn, but I think I'm going to end up getting this one just because it has trailing. It's pretty thick. Right now the foliage is pretty, dense, and they have some really cool variegation here. So my plant foldies, I know that this isn't a big box shopping video, but I hope you guys still tune in to plant nursery shopping videos. I know that the majority of my views come from big box shopping, but I do want to give you guys more niche, or actually just more plant shopping videos, and just give you my commentary. I mean, I'm just looking through all of these Hedera Helix. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to come out of my viewers and let me know they grow Hedera Helix or English Ivy and they've been super successful. I do want to tell anybody who wants to do the Grow Folds Hedera Helix challenge, post your English Ivy pictures and put hashtag Hedera Helix challenge. And that way we can get something trending. I know that the first photo I put of my Hedera Helix is the only one under that Hedera Helix. So definitely take a look at that. I do want to look at these bromeliads again because I'm almost tempted to get it, but I didn't. I was very, very good. The only plant I got today is a Hedera Helix and that Calathea white star. So guys, let me know what you guys think of this plant shopping video. I always enjoy chatting with you guys in the live chats. I'll see you soon.